It's me. I'm not naked. I just got my shirt off. I'm just at home because it's so hot. But I got home. I'm home. And that's the important thing. And oh my god. Okay, I was complaining before. And I'm kind of done complaining because I'm home. And I'm really glad that I'm home. But man, I had no idea where I was when I was talking, especially in like my first video. And I'm like, oh, I think this is Biwa Chugako. I hope I hope that's near my junior high school. Like, I hope I just walk this direction. And walking that direction was the right thing to do. But holy shit, it was so far away, way farther away than like than it would be from my house to downtown. Like way farther away. I uh, I was walking, and I knew that I wasn't getting anywhere, and that it was actually like so far away that I wasn't going to be able to just walk there, which at the time was sort of an exaggeration. I could have walked there; it would have just taken me hours and hours and hours. So I stopped into a bank, and I asked them. It took me a while, but I asked them if they could call a taxi for me, and so I got in the taxi when it came, and I told him I wanted to go to Azai Chugako, and he was like, "Oh right, yeah, I know where that is." And so, um, so I got in the taxi, and we started going, and the little meter said 620 yen, right? And I was thinking, and I knew this was this was too good to be true, but I was just hoping that that 620 yen was what he'd already calculated it would cost in terms of distance from where that bank was to my junior high school, and and that meter stayed the same for like 3 blocks or so, and then it started changing and it jumped up to like 750 and then to like 890, and okay, this is the one day I haven't had money with me. Like I brought just enough to like pay for the buses, like pretty much, and a little bit extra. So I only had the equivalent of $10.50. I had 1,050 yen, and it started jumping, and I had to be like, "Whoa, excuse me, like I only have 1,050 yen," um, and I was hoping, and he was like, "What? Like that's so weird. Like you don't have any money." And I was hoping that out of the goodness of his heart, he would see how confused I was, and he'd be like, "Well, I'll just take you there anyway. Like, don't worry about it." But no, I I got dropped off on the side of the freeway when the meter reached 1,020. So here I am with essentially 30 cents, and I barely went like 8 blocks, but now I'm on Route 8, and I'm like, and this is the dangerous part of Route 8. There's no like shoulder area, like nothing, like there's nothing but wilderness road, right? And so, or irrigation ditch road. And so I had to walk on, and he was just like, go up this highway. And I know that just going up that highway is not going to take me to my junior school, but I know that is the direction of Azai. So I walk, and these cars and humongous trucks are barely like getting around me, and I'm trying to like get out of their way, but I can't. And even if I turned around, I'd still be in the same position. So, so I kept walking, and just as I was thinking, well, this isn't so bad, like I'll be home in like 5 hours or something, like at least I'm walking around seeing Japan. I've got a feeling that I've never really gotten before. My I mentioned my shoes were uncomfortable. They were really uncomfortable, and I had this very sudden feeling that suddenly my foot was open, like, or it was like gashed open, and like, because there was just like breeze and a lot more pain. And I took my shoe off right on the freeway. There was no better place to do it, like, you know. And there's a line, there's like a gash line, right, that runs all the way across my foot, and which I'm about to go disinfect. But like like it hurt so much to walk then, and then I was limping at like half speed down the freeway. It was terrible, and so after walking like about half a city block or so, like I ended up like actually putting my thumb out to hitchhike. And I wasn't sure if that was like a universal hitchhiking symbol, because a lot of Japanese people were looking at me strange. And all I could actually see was my face in those cars, like just remembering all the times that I have just completely ignored hitchhikers, you know? And so it was really weird for me to be trying to hitchhike with like this broken ass foot. Well, not broken, you know, but really painful foot, at least in the shoe. And so every car went by, and then there was one car, and I thought, okay, I'll try this one more time since I'm near a shoulder now, like, and I did it, and this guy pulled over, and I was so happy, like, who fucking pulls over, like, for like a black guy in a suit in Japan, like, with some mysterious backpack filled with potentially mysterious things, right? And he spoke this really weird Kansai Ben. He spoke the most intense like dialect in this area that I've ever heard, and it was very hard to understand him. But anyway, I told him where I wanted to go, and we talked for a while. Okay, it turns out I was only well, okay, I wasn't super far away at that point, but he drove me about 10 blocks or something, and I was like, I really don't know where your school is, and you don't seem to either, basically, like, but here you are, you're like, this is the edge of Azai, like, you know, stay cool, basically. And so I got out, and I finally found my school, but I'd walk, and I came charging into my school, opened the faculty office, and the vice principal was there, and the secretary was there, and they were like, and I was like, and they were like, what the fuck? Like, I was supposed to have half the day off, right? And this is at 4, this is when I'm like done, and I'm like, I fucking walked from Biwako, like, or Biwacho, like, that's the edge of Biwacho, like, that's so, and they were like, they couldn't believe it. And I wrote a note, I was like, Sensei, tomorrow I need my supervisor, I need to go to the bank, withdraw a shit ton of money, and get a fucking phone. Like, and I just wrote it with the most like urgent tone I possibly could. But it turns out she's injured and shit. And so I can't actually do that, and I'm gonna have to find some way, like maybe bike. But biking's gonna like really suck when I flex my foot and stuff. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. But anyway, I can't believe I got lost. And I can't believe I got that lost. It was a totally strange experience, but yeah, I just thought I'd give some sort of finale, and now I'm back home, and I really didn't get any hours off, I guess, and you know, everything's okay though. It's really not bad, and when Kat comes home, I'll totally bitch about this to her, and then I'll feel way better, and I'll never complain about it again. But oh man, especially that old man on the bike. I didn't really describe that very well, but it was so weird and frustrating. And he was those guys are like, they're like nose hair tussles coming out of their nose, you know, like bales of hay, like upside down, and like, or like a scarecrow is peeping out or something. It's so weird, and I don't even have a metaphor to explain how weird it actually was. Anyway, lesson is don't be a gaijin in Japan, and if you are, don't fucking take the wrong bus to a completely different city than where you're trying to go with no money, because then you end up walking there and hurting your foot and shit like that. So yeah, I'm home. It's all good. See you later.